So welcome everybody to my first Glow webinar. It's very exciting to be able to share this with you. I've put so much research and love and passion into this presentation, and I want to give you a more holistic approach to managing the menopause. That is my aim of today. So you know that I've given you symptoms and I've given you specific ways to deal with symptoms. And in this presentation, what I want to show you is a more global approach to it, because I know that there are lots of you that are feeling a little bit rubbish right now. And I think if we tackle it symptom by symptom, you can get sucked down a rabbit hole. Whereas what I would like to do is take you on a more holistic approach of it and be able to share with you a wider point of view on it. So first of all, for those of you that are not familiar with me, I would like to show you a little bit about me, which is very unusual. I don't usually do this, but who am I to be telling you how you can get yourself healthier, happier, and more content in life? Well, I've been doing this for 33 years before I start, helping ladies become happier and healthier. And I've also done this across the globe. So in Amsterdam, I took to the scariest stage of my life with 8,500 people watching as we shared a new, this is where I introduced across Europe my method of eating. With the proteins, fats and carbohydrates that some of you have had incredible results with. And this is where I launched across Europe. As I say, Amsterdam was one of the stages. That was a very scary one. I landed up with my belly button the size of a basketball on the stage behind me. And then also we went to Prague, which was wonderful, and managed to host a big Q&A after the main event for that. And this is my buddy and partner in crime as we were launching across Europe. This is Mark McDonald, who some of you do know. You've seen videos of me with him, and you might have actually read some of his books, The Body Confidence and Why Kids Make You Fat. But although he is New York Times bestseller and everything else, he is also a fantastic instructor. So him and I have helped ladies all over the world get their Varavoom back. But equally, some of you have seen the incredible results that I've had for those of you that wanted a quick fix. You might have taken part in my belly busting challenge, or the 80s challenge, or one of these where you will have got, I'm renowned for putting string around your waist and then tracking it as it shrinks. And generally, this has been about helping people get momentum, which is what we all need. I think you agree. It's very easy for us to get in a rut, to feel like nothing's working, you can't find a solution, whereas I can actually help you find a solution, and I can help you get the momentum going. So other people that I've helped with that, I've been on panels for 1 year, no beer, and there I was helping people and being a panel of specialists, helping ladies understand specifically how alcohol does not help you in the menopause, and that wine o'clock is not always the way ahead. So that was a joy to be involved in that. And also here, that this one, just one of the many ladies that I've helped, Nicola, who is testament to the fact that the eating healthy and the feeling much positive and happier is something that you can do long term. You can achieve changes, you can make changes which are homeopathic, which are natural, but that can make a massive difference to you and to your menopausal symptoms. And yeah, so that is basically a little introduction to me. And so let me just stop sharing a minute. And ta-da, bring me back onto screen. I hope you can all see me there. Can you all give me a thumbs up? Yay, good stuff. That's what I like to see. And so, who here is feeling a bit rubbish right now? Either put within the chat that you are feeling rubbish, or hold your hand up and let me know that's the way it is for you. Yes, yes, I can see. I know, girls. I know. I feel your pain. And I'm here to try to shed some light on it, explain what's happening. And at the end, I'll answer your questions. I will take up no more than 45 minutes of your very hard-earned time. But if I could help you feel more active, more vivacious, more energized in your life, do you think that would be something worthwhile? Is that something you would like me to help magic up in your life? Because that's what I am going to attempt to do for you. Now, for those of you that don't know why I know about, my journey of helping you with fitness, not all of you know why I'm not just a menopausal mayhem woman myself, but why I know how to control hormones and the lessons that I've learned. I had to go through IVF to get my 3 gorgeous children. And so that was back in my late 30s. I went through 10 rounds of IVF. And that basically meant, and that's the fertility treatment for those of you that don't know. And what they do within the fertility treatment is they grip your hormones and they take charge of them, which means you have to, and it's self-imposed, you have to inject the stuff into yourself twice a day. And it makes you go from having estrogen in your body to no estrogen in your body over a period of about 5 days. So for those of you that are clinically menopausal, that is what you have gone through as well. So that is where there's nothing gradual about it. You go from start to finish in a pow, and it's not very pleasant. And I knew, even though I was lucky and my treatment worked the first time for my gorgeous Theo, who Theodore is another name for a gift from God, which I do believe that gorgeous child is. But I then had to go through another 9 rounds of grueling IVF. And if I'd have lost my shit during that time, there is no way that my gorgeous husband, no matter how much he loves me, would have let me do it again and put our marriage and Theo through that. So I had to look to mentors myself. I looked to coaches myself. I looked to natural ways that I could keep it together during this time. And so that's why I'm kind of uniquely placed to help you lovely ladies. So that's how it comes. That's where my history is from. Now, let me share with you again. This is the new bit that I bring to you. This is what I've put together. Are you ready? Do you like my pretty graphic? This is my GLOW method, holistic management of the menopause. So I'm going to take you through each of these and we will go into more depth about them. But to start with, it's all about learning to appreciate and love yourself, which isn't the easiest thing to do when you feel like a...
Oh, well done.
Could I ask everybody to mute themselves?
I'm on mute, yeah.
Thank you.
Or do it on the way.
Oh, there we go. Everybody's muted. So, yes, starting off, gratitude for your body. Now, this is a tricky one, isn't it? Because we first need to appreciate what our body is going through. If you look at this is your estrogen levels, ladies, as you're going through life, the complete life package. So you can see we start off puberty. Now, we all know that everybody, you would expect any child to go through puberty, and for the hormone imbalances that come with that they are going to be moody because the hormones are going here, there and everywhere. There's changes in their body shape because the estrogen levels are rising, and they don't rise the same every day. There's they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, and so that's what causes you to go a bit loopy, to be fair, because you don't quite know which version of you is going to be turning up that day. Then you get to your adult stage, and then you know that you have the ups and downs of your hormones as your monthly cycle goes through. We all know about that, don't we? And so then you have a heightened peak if you did have the joys of pregnancy, or not if you didn't. But there is one thing for sure. Somewhere around your early 40s, your estrogen levels will start to drop again. And this is just the natural cycle of life. So the menopause is like puberty, but in reverse. So your body is dealing with so much. If you think about it, as the most simplest way to look at it is that every element of your skin is thinning. And this can help you account for so much of the symptoms. So if you think about your hair, for instance, thinning hair, that's because the follicles in your skin are becoming less. If you think about having irritable bowel syndrome, about being allergic to different food types, allergies in general go up because your stomach lining is thinning, it's more irritable to all sorts of things. If you might have been able to tolerate wheat in the past, even though it wasn't good for you, but now you won't. Now it will make you bloat. You might have been able to tolerate dairy in the past, never thought you had a problem with it, but you might do now. If you get puffy eyes, look at changing the dairy out of your diet. When it comes to eyes, having watery eyes, dry eyes, this is because the tear ducts are smaller. So therefore you don't have as many tears going about across your eyelids. Your eyeballs, should I say. Inner ear problems with your balance or feeling nauseous, that's because the inner ear is thinning. So if you can think of it, that taste, you know, you want more sugary things, because if you used to take 1 spoon of sugar, now because the sensory system on your tongue is less, you need 2 sugars to get the same sugary taste. So I hope that this helps make some sense of it. But when it comes to gratitude for your body, what about the journey that we've been on? What about the journey you've been on with your body? Have you always loved your body? Have you always treated it with the respect it deserves? Have you gone on yo-yo bonkers diets with it? Hands up. Who's been on a yo-yo's bonkers diet at any point in their past? Oh, yes. I see a big show of hands, yes. The cabbage, the this, the not eating after that, the fasting, to name just a few. So our poor bodies, to be fair, the fact that you're here, you're functioning, you might not, it might be a different definition of functioning to other stages in your life, but all in all, you're here. You're able to walk, talk, live life, and therefore I think you need to show a bit of gratitude for that. And I think if you can systemize it in your daily routine, well, I know from the ladies that I've helped in my coaching and everything else, one of the first things I do is help them get space every day to show a little bit of gratitude, whether that's first thing in the morning, when your alarm goes off, if you don't have an alarm, before you get out of bed, to just, sometimes if I've not got time to do anything else, I just literally put my arms across my body, which is kind of like like a hug of myself, and go, we're here for another day. Yes, yes. And I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for this body. And I'm really thankful that I'm going to try and treat this body the best I can today. Gratitude really, really works, girls. And if you can't have gratitude for yourself, unfortunately, you'll find that if you don't treat yourself with respect and look after yourself, then other people might not do either. And you want to show, if you've got children, show them that they need to love their bodies too. It's a really, really important thing that in this life of looking at your apps and using your fitness app and using how about just doing this right now, girls, do it. Put your hands across your body right there and go, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you. You might not feel it. You might not feel like you used to, but you're here. Hand on your heart. Your heart is there. Your heart is beating. Your heart is capable of loving other people and loving you. So that leads me into the next part of the glow. So look, here we go. And this is the loving yourself and respecting the other relationships in your life. So when we are in this stage of life, you need to be aware that all of your loving relationships have probably changed. You may well have to be the parent of your parents now. The relationships have changed. They probably need you more than you need them now, if you're lucky enough to still have them with you. Other loving relationships that change at this time. Unfortunately, at this time of life, we get more grief in our life from people around us, losing people around us. That takes a toll on you. It takes a toll when you're holding grief, when you're holding anxiety. That takes its toll. It takes its toll on your sleep. It takes its toll on your metabolism. It takes a toll on your ability to relax, on your ability to lose body fat. And so just taking time to actually see or look at your relationships. Your relationship with your children is changing for those of you that have them. They probably don't need you as much as they did. And that, for a lot of ladies, really rocks their self-worth. It really rocks their confidence. What do I do now? They've moved away. They've gone to university. Now, well, you know what? Now it's time to appreciate that change in your relationships and realize that if you are in control of it, you can have more gaps in your life now. And those gaps, it's down to you to fill them with a bit of extra time for you, because right now you need it. You need it. So take the little pockets of your children needing you less. Make sure you set the boundaries, healthy boundaries in your relationships with your parents. Or if you don't have your parents around you anymore, take time to deal with the grief of losing them and really take time to do that and get help in doing that so that it doesn't scar you and it doesn't scar your relationships moving forward. Your relationship with your partner, libido, it tends to go southwards. I'm not going to ask you to do a show of hands. A roll of the eyes will do. Which it's libido, your relationship with your partner, it's bound to change, because if you take us back to caveman years, ladies, right now, and I know this sounds awful, but it is just the reality of evolution. Right now, we would not be flaunting ourselves around the cave going, come on, baby. We wouldn't. We would be in normal caveman years, putting our feet up, passing on our stories to the next generation, helping them look after their children. And the men that were still fertile enough would be going making babies with the women that were still fertile enough. That's brutal, I know, isn't it? But it's the reality. So don't beat yourself up that you're not feeling as sexy and as all that as you used to, because the relationship has changed. And again, it's something that I've helped a lot of ladies with, have massive breakthroughs, and it really makes my heart sing when I help ladies with this, because you and your partner have now got a different relationship. If the children have left, you've got different pulls on you from parents, from other things like that. You've got a different sexual relationship, but it's still so important, but the boundaries have changed. The why you're doing it has changed. And physically, you just have to have realistic expectations of how much earthquaking moments you're going to have. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's natural, it's normal, but you can take a lot still from that side of your relationship. So let's go back to the glow. Now you can see why I needed to explain this to you. So we've looked at the gratitude for your body and the journey that you've been on together, loving yourself and your love relationships, how they've changed. Now, organizing your thoughts. Organizing your thoughts. This, sometimes we can't even remember what our last thought was. Am I right or am I right? Sometimes you can't, you walk upstairs and you can't remember your last thought. So why am I saying organize your thoughts? Because now you need to take more time to. Because if you don't organize your thoughts and organize your actions, you will land up in this little hamster wheel of waking up, hot sweats, surviving the day, trying to do right. You last till breakfast, then you get led astray, then you've not organized, that you give your time to somebody else because that's what you've always done. That's what we do as ladies. And then you've gone off the eating plan. The eating plan's gone for a Burton. What eating plan? Now you're craving the chocolate. Now it's 3 o'clock. You've got a headache. You are now hangry. You are now gone from the fridge to the naughty cupboard because you just need to get through making dinner for everybody else. Does it include everything that Kate told you it should? Possibly not, but I'll stick in some broccoli. That'll be fine. I'll tell Kate I'm doing all right. And let's hope for the best when it comes to our string. That's what can happen. And then you fall into bed feeling, oh, I've blown it for another day. I so thought I was going to stick to the plan today and I didn't. So how do you organize yourself? Well, I've helped lots of people do this. In fact, I had a breakthrough moment with a lady this week who was overwhelming herself with, she was a list lady. Are you a list lady? Do you like a good list? Do you have a list somewhere in your household? Has it got a manageable amount of things on it? Because I would really recommend, if it hasn't, wipe the list. Do this one thing for yourself. Take 10 minutes, put a timer on your watch and write down everything that is in your brain that you need to do, that you could do, that you need to do, that somebody needs you to do. Brain dump it all out. And when beep, 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 your thing goes, that's it, it's out there. And then just give yourself 3 things that you need to do a day that are really vitally important, not to anybody else, but you. And one of those has got to be giving yourself 5 minutes of time to get yourself organized, to look after you, to make sure you're eating the greenest of vegetables, making sure you've got the black forest fruits in your freezer ready for your next smoothie, making sure that you've not run out of the milk thistle or the maca powder for your varavum or your whatever it is that you know you need. Please, please. You remember when you had babies, how organized you could be? For those of you that were working as well, when your children were small, how organized were you? You were knackered, but you were organized. Now, I please beg you, be organized for you, just for you. So, moving on to the last bit of this, the releasing your inner Wonder Woman for the next stage of life. what the hell am I talking about then? What is Kate on about now? Well, you know what? If you really think about it, this next time of your life, you've got, once you come through it, this is looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to have less mood swings. The sweats will go. I promise you they will go. With the things that we're going to talk about in the questions and answers after this, I can help you with it, help minimize those. The brain fog will clear if you look after yourself, you give yourself time in the day, you take the right supplements. And you know what? Now we're long enough in the tooth. That is the right expression, isn't it? Is that the right expression? That is the right expression, isn't it? Those of you that know me are like, oh God, she's lost the train of thought again. But you know what? We've been around long enough. That one will do. That, who gives a damn? Who gives a damn if you're wearing what you feel really good at? Like that, for those of you that saw my live the other day, I'm getting more colourful in my wardrobe and I am caring less. I'm wearing those boots. You know why? A, they're comfy. B, I rock them. I've never worn Dr. Martens before, but you know what? At 53, I'm going to get my first pair. Why? Because I'm not taking life too seriously anymore. I'm going to go for my dream job. It's not really a job. It's helping you ladies be the best that you can be whenever you want. I'm getting rid of the things that I don't enjoy in life. I'm looking at that to-do list when I'm getting organized and I'm wiping off it anything that doesn't serve me. Does anybody else in your household care if you do some of the things on that to-do list? Probably not, if you're really honest about it with it and honest with yourself. So get rid of them. Go out, wear purple, skip down the high street, do what you need to do, but you can get it back. Now, after COVID, after lockdown and everything else, ditch the toxic friends. They probably won't even notice. Stop being the yes person. This Christmas, for those of you that are on my page, you know I've talked about this. This Christmas coming up, do what makes you and your immediate family happy. And if the great aunts and uncles and it's your turn to host the Christmas dinner, can't get over it, tough. Get your inner Wonder Woman big pants on and start saying no more often, ladies. You can always just say, I'm having a mad moment, sorry, but now is the time to do it. Now really is the time to do it. So, so that is my new glow method. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a yes if you approve of that before we go into the Q&A. Hey, and you know what? For once, I've actually kept in time. Now, imagine, ladies, if you can get back that inner girl, that inner teenager, that energized you, that vivacious you back, and that you can lose those pounds, which it is possible. It can be done. You've seen enough testimonials of ladies I've helped. You know I can help you do it. It can all be done, but you do have to give yourself the time and the gift of getting somebody in your corner who can help you. So for those of you that aren't familiar with me and are watching this for the first time, amazing, follow my page, get more of the insights into it. And for those of you that are watching this now, I've got a special thing for you. I've got a special opportunity, which, as you know, I did one last month, but this is an even better one because I wanted to make the opportunity available to more ladies. You know, I would help every single one of you, and I'd spend all day, every day on the phone to all of you if I could, just knowing you know I've got your back and everything else. But what I am going to do for 10 ladies, I've got enough time to be able to help 10 ladies between now and Christmas. And what I'm going to do is offer you for the first time a 1 hour call with me, and it's a holistic coaching call, girls, where what I'll do is I'll take where you are now, what your symptoms are, we'll go through what your symptoms are now, or if just you're feeling crap and it's not even necessarily menopause, you don't even know if it is the menopause, but take you where you are now, come up with a strategy over an hour together, we'll thrash it out. You know I'll get to the bottom of it, and I'll sort you out, and we'll come away at the end of the hour with a plan for you. If it's the weight loss and it's an eating plan, we'll do that. I'll include 3 months, which takes you through to your New Year's resolution and smashes through that in my Kate's Club, where I look after, that's where you see all the results for the weight gain and for the helping you, if that's what something that's troubling you the most is the weight gain. So I'll give you 3 months in Kate's Club of that. And I'm going to give you access to the Managing the Menopause course, the online course that I did. You might have seen it. I did lots of videos, lots of handouts, lots of structure. It's available to you online. You can go through it in your own. There's like 4 hours worth of videos in there, but it's split down into symptoms, so it's there for you to reference depending on what symptom it is you want. So the one-to-one call, the 3 months into Kate's Club, and the Managing the Menopause. And go on, Kate, what's the cost of it? And it's only going to be £249 for all of that, girls. So I'm going to share with you right now in the chat for 10 of you. Now bear with me, because I'm not going to lose you. I'm not going to cut you off at this point, I promise. Please let me do this right. The all important, la 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 la, copy. I've only got to copy and paste, girls. That's all I've got to do, and make it to the chat. I can do this. I have the technology to do this. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? There's the chat. Boom. Can you see the chat? Can you see the link, girls? Yes. Yes. So that is it. That's it. That's open to you for whenever you want, and you can book a call. That link gives you the ability to choose a time to do it, how to do it, what you want to do it, and that is my gift to you. Now I'm going to finish this recording because I want to give those of you that are on here right now the opportunity for me to help you right here and now with some of your questions and answers. And thank you for being my first participants on my Glow webinar. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I'm going to stop the recording right now.